Earlier, making the website used to be very difficult. You needed to learn code to build the websites. But thanks to WordPress and Elementor, that today you can create almost any kind of website, whether that could be an informative website or that is a fully functional e-commerce store. You can create any kind of website without writing a single line of code. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how we can create a WordPress website with the help of Elementor Cloud Website Service. So first of all, let me show you onto my laptop screen what kind of website we are going to build today so that you can take a decision whether you should keep watching this video or not. This is the website that we are going to build today, which is a portfolio website. Here we have a beautiful header with the logo, some menus and a Hire Me button. This is not a normal button, but when we click on this button, then a pop-up appears which has a contact form inside it. Then I have created these social media icons which are connected to my social media pages. We have headings, buttons and a beautiful image. So I will guide you how we can create a section something like this. Then scroll down. We have the About Me section which has text, button and image element. We do have a services section and a process section. Here I have placed an icon. When someone click on this icon, a YouTube video pops up. So we are going to create this kind of section as well. Then we have a work experience section which shows a beautiful progress bar, and trust me, I haven't written a single line of code to create this page. After that, we have the portfolio section and the client's testimonial section. At the bottom, I have created a newsletter subscription box. Now, on the About Me page, I have created a download CV button through which anyone can download my CV. Then there is a portfolio page and a contact me page which has contact details and a beautiful contact form through which anyone can send his inquiry. So this is the portfolio website that we are going to create in this video. My name is Saddam Qasim. I'm a WordPress developer. If you have come to the channel first time, please do not forget to subscribe this channel. So without further delays, let's start this video. To start building the website with Elementor, you just need to open a link that is saddamqasim.com then /Elementor Elementor. This is the Elementor official website where we can explore the Elementor Cloud website building tool. The benefit of using Elementor Cloud Website Service is that you don't need to buy web hosting separately. You don't need to buy Elementor Pro separately as it is already included in the plan. WordPress is pre-installed and even you don't need to buy a domain name when your website is under construction, as here you will be getting a free subdomain of elementor.cloud. To start with Elementor Cloud website development, just click on Buy Now button. They charge a very nominal fee of $99 a year that includes everything to make your WordPress website live on the internet. Let's do a little math to understand why Elementor Cloud Website Service is inexpensive than other website building platforms. An individual web hosting service fee is nearly around $80 per year. Elementor Pro costs $49 per year. So the total is $129 per year. Whereas if you go with Elementor Cloud Website Service, you only have to pay $99 a year. That's it. So let's click on Continue to Checkout button. This is the checkout page where you can review your order and create your account with Elementor.com to complete your purchase. Here you can enter your email address and create a strong password. At last, click on the Create Account button and your account will be created. I already have an account with Elementor.com, so I'm going to log in into my account. Now here we have a billing form that needs to be filled correctly. At last, make the payment by using any of your credit or debit card, or you have an option to make the payment through PayPal. In my case, I am choosing PayPal and buying the Elementor Cloud Website Service. Okay, my order has successfully been completed and I got a confirmation on the screen, as well as I have received an email from Elementor.com. Let me show you. So this is the confirmation email that I have received from Elementor on successful purchase. Now let's go back to the web browser and we can click on the Go to My Account button to jump in the Elementor dashboard. So this is my account on Elementor website, and here we can see that I have connected a few websites with this account. To create your first WordPress website, just click on the Create Cloud Website button at the top right corner. Now here you can type in your website name. I'm typing here my website name as MediHouse. Now click on the Next button. On the basis of your website name, it will generate a subdomain for your website, something like medihouse.elementor.cloud, or whatever the website name you have given, it will be added just before elementor.cloud. Now again click on the Next button and it will offer you to choose a template from this page. Here you can find out a lot of website kit that you can simply click and import into your brand new WordPress website. But I am going to show you how to build a WordPress website from scratch. Hence, we are not going to use any pre-built template, but we just need to click on this I would rather start from scratch button. Now our fresh WordPress website is going to be ready within a couple of seconds. Meanwhile, take a cup of coffee. Here we go. So we can see a message, your site is ready. Just click on Let's Go button. Alright, so the WordPress has successfully been installed on our subdomain. Now let's click on Got It button. It's time to log in into our WordPress dashboard. WordPress dashboard is the admin panel from where you can manage the entire WordPress website. You can create pages, you can create content and other things. So this is the WordPress dashboard. We can also call it as the backend panel of your WordPress website. Here you can find a lot of options that will be helpful in maintaining or managing the entire WordPress website. Let's do one thing. We can copy this entire subdomain and we can open our website into a new browser tab as well. So let's copy it from here. We can jump on the new tab and paste the URL. That's it. So the front page of this website will also be opened in the same browser. This is what we call the front page. I know this website doesn't look good at all, but don't worry, in the upcoming few minutes we'll be making an amazing portfolio website on this subdomain. So let's go back to the WordPress and here we have to hover on appearance and then click on themes. We are going to change the entire theme of our WordPress website. A WordPress theme is a package of style sheets that defines how exactly your website will look like. Right now the Hello theme by Elementor is installed and active. To install a new theme, simply click on this Add New button at the top. Now this is the WordPress directory where you can find all the free themes that you can simply use into your WordPress website. Here we are going to use this Astra theme. This is one of the best free WordPress theme available that is 100% compatible with the Elementor page builder. If you cannot see the theme over here, then you can simply type Astra in the search box and it will appear something like this over here. So just install and activate this theme. Okay, so the Astra theme has successfully been activated. As you can see over here, active theme is Astra. Now let's jump on the front page and we can refresh it. Here we go. So now you can see the design has completely been changed. The very top section is called the header section where we can display the logo and the menus. The middle section is what we call the body area where we create content for our page, and the very bottom of your web page is called the footer area where you can put the credits of the websites, you can put some extra menu links and some other stuff. Now in the new tab, I'm going to open a dummy website. This is basically a ready-made website and we are going to make a website something similar to this today. We have a logo at the top left corner. In the middle area, we have the menus, home, about, portfolio, contact. On the top right corner, we are having the hire me button. This button is not working on this demo site, but we are going to display a pop-up on this button. Then we have the social media icons. We have the heading over here. I am a web developer and then the name of this developer. Then we have a button over here, learn more. So we are also going to connect this button with one of the existing pages. There are so many beautiful sections created on this page with the images, the icons. There is also a video part, so we are going to cover up all these things in this entire video. Let's go back to the WordPress dashboard and here we have to create a new page. So just click on this all pages option. Now here we are seeing a page with the name sample home page. We haven't created this page yet. Then how this page was created? Whenever you set up your website first time in the Elementor, then this page automatically get created. So let's trash this page. Okay, now it's time to create a new page. So just click on this add new button at the very top. Now this screen comes up. Here you can put a title of the page just like home. Now we are going to just publish a blank page. So on the top right corner, you must be seeing this publish button. Just click on this publish button and again confirm by just clicking on the button again. Okay, so this page has been published. Let's open this page into a new tab. So right click and then open link in new tab. So right now this is how the home page looks like. We haven't created any content on this page yet. That's the reason this page is completely blank. Now let's jump on the reference website and we have to create a section something like this. So this is basically a complete section which is divided into 3 columns. In the first column, they have placed social media icons. In the middle column, heading and button has been placed, and in the last column, an image has been placed. So let's create a section something like this. We can simply go back onto our WordPress dashboard. And now let's click on Edit with Elementor button. So the Elementor screen will be loaded. Now this is the interface from where we can create the entire content for our pages for our website. You can design and develop your web page from here. So right area is basically the body area where we create the content. On the left hand side, we can see there are so many widgets available. As I already told you that you will be getting the Elementor Pro installed into your WordPress website. So all these are the Pro widgets of the Elementor Pro plugin that you can use to build your web page. Now, to write a heading, we have this heading widget over here. Just drag and drop it on the right hand side and you will be able to write a beautiful heading. In the same way, if you would like to display the images, this is the image widget. If you would like to display a YouTube or Vimeo video, you can use the video widget. Button widget is also available. That means you do not need to write even a single line of code to create a button. To take a section, just click on this plus icon. Elementor offers you 12 predefined structures of the section. The very first section is just a 1-column section, whereas the second one is divided into 2 columns. In the first column, you can put a content like heading or button, and in the next column, you can display some different type of content like videos or some kind of paragraph text. In the same way, you can use the structure of these sections as per your requirement, like 3 columns, 4 columns, and so on. I'm just going to use 1-column section. Just click on it. It will appear with a blue border like this. Now section is basically a kind of container in which we can put the content, like we can put text, we can display videos, we can create any kind of paragraph text in this entire section. On the left hand side, we can see these all are the settings of this particular section. Under the layout tab, we can specify the width of this section. From the style tab, we can set the background color of this section, we can set the background video or images. And in the last advanced tab, we can set the margin or the padding of this section. So I'll explain you all these things in the upcoming few minutes. Here we have the motion effects as well. You can set the animations. You can control the responsiveness of your entire website, how it should look onto the tablet or the mobile phone or on the desktop mode. If in case you lost this editing sidebar, then just click on these 6 little dots. Right click and then click on edit section. So its settings will be opened again on the left hand side. Now let's open the reference website and we can try to create a section something like this that has the social media icons, the heading over here, button and the image. So let's go back to the Elementor screen. Now click on this plus icon. On the left hand side we can see the widgets list. Drag the inner section widget and drop it inside this outer section. Now we have a section inside a section. An inner section comes with 2 columns by default. Here you can see this black color icon. This is basically the column icon. To add a new column, just right click and then add new column. So now we can see there are total 3 columns available. Now let's add the social media icons in the first column. Click on this plus icon. The widgets list will be appearing on the left hand side. In the search widget box, we have to type social. So at the very first we can see social icons. Just drag it from here and drop it in the first column. These are the beautiful social media icons, Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. If you would like to set your Facebook page link, just click on this Facebook tab. It will be expanded. In the link box, just provide your Facebook page URL including the HTTPS protocol. So my Facebook URL is facebook.com then /only Saddam. Once it's done, just collapse this tab. Now let's set the Twitter page URL. So I'm just going to put hashtag in this box. Similarly, I can put my YouTube channel link over here, that is youtube.com then /Saddam Qasim. So do not forget to subscribe me on YouTube. If you would like to add one more icon, just click on this add item button. a new tab will be added. So let's say we are going to add the Instagram icon. Click on this icon library, and in the search box we can search for Insta. So that is the Instagram icon. Let's select it, click on insert, and the Instagram icon will be appearing over here. And then after, you can put your Instagram profile link in this box. So you can also follow me on Instagram. The username is only Saddam. Okay, so this is how you can create the social media icons on your website. Now let's jump on the style tab and we can change the color of these social media icons. So here we can see the color option. Right now the official colors are selected. Let's select custom color from here. Okay, after that we have two options, primary color and secondary color. Primary color is basically the background color of these icons. Let me show you how we can use it. So right now I have selected the red color and you can see the background color turned to red. So let's make the background transparent by using this slider. Okay. After that we can close this color box. Now let's jump on the secondary color box, and from here we can set our own custom icon color. Here we have the size option as well. You can increase or decrease the size of these social media icons. Now it's time to reduce the width of first column. So just put your mouse over here and then drag it to the left. So we can see the percentage of the first column is decreasing like this. So let's set it to 6%. Now it's time to put the heading in the middle column. So let's open the reference website and we can copy this entire heading from here. Let's go back to the Elementor. To write a heading, just click on this plus icon. And here we have the heading widget. Just drag it from here and drop it in the middle column. Now, the default text is written, add your heading text here. On the left hand side, we can see the settings of this particular heading widget are opened. So in the title box, you can put your own text. I'm just pasting the text that I have already copied from the reference website. So it was, I am web developer Natalie E. Watson. Now it's time to change the color of this particular heading. So we just need to click on a style tab, and here we have text color option. Just click on it, and I have already copied a 6-digit hexacolor code. So I'm just pasting it over here. Now it's time to match the font style of this particular heading to the one that we have on the reference website. Click on this typography pencil icon. A pop-up comes up. Now from here we can change the font family, we can increase or decrease the font size, and there are so many options that we can play with. So here we have the first option, font family. Now let's try to change the font to Play Fair Display. So this is the font, let's select it. It is the exact font that has been used on the reference website. And from here we can increase or decrease the font size. So let's set it to 65 pixels. This is how it looks like. Now let's put the paragraph text just below this heading. So we can copy this entire paragraph text from here. Go back to the Elementor. To write the paragraph text, we have a new widget. So firstly, you need to click on this grid icon. Okay, now all the widget list is appearing. Here we have the text editor. Just drop it below the heading. Its setting has already been opened on the left hand side, and this is the text written in this entire box by default. So let's paste the text that we have already copied from the reference site. Okay, this is how it looks like. Now let's go ahead and we can change the font color and font size. So here we have the text color. Let's make it a little bit reddish color. And from the typography option, we can increase the font size from here. Now it's time to create a button, something like this, that has a learn more text over here, and this button has a red background color. Let's go back to the Elementor and we can click on this grid icon. Now here is the button widget. Just drag it and drop it below the paragraph text. Cool. Now here you can see a default text is written. Click here. On the left hand side in the text box, the text is also appearing. Click here. So you can change the text from this field. So let's type over here, learn more. To link this button with a specific page, here in the link field, you can put the link of that target page. I am just leaving it as it is for now. Later on, we'll be connecting this page with the About Us page. Then after, we have the alignment option and the size option. Right now the button is small. We can set it to medium or extra large. According to the selection, the size of the button increase or decrease. I'm just leaving it to small. You can align the button as well. Now let's jump on the style tab, and from here we can change the background color of this button. Now a button has two states, normal state and hover state. Right now the button is at its normal state, but when we put mouse on the button, then that would be called as hover state. So there are separate settings given for the normal state and the hover state of this button. Firstly, let's jump on the normal tab and we can change the background color of this button. So here we can see color option. This is the color box. Let's click on it. Now I have a color code of red color. So let's paste it in this box. So here we can see the background color of this button has been changed, but you can always set your own desired color as the background color. Now on the hover state, again we can set a color for this button. So let's jump on the color box and here we can choose a different color. So I'm just pasting the same color and let's make it a little bit dark. That's it. Now let's try to hover on this button. So when I put mouse on this button, you can see the background color becomes a little bit darker. So this is how you can set the background color and the hover state background color. Okay, now in the third column, we have to display an image. So firstly click on the plus, then from here, we have to drag and drop this image widget in the third column. Just put it over here. So this is the default placeholder of the image widget. On the left hand side, settings are opened. Just click on choose image. Now from this pop-up, we can upload an image from our desktop. I have already downloaded the image of that lady. So let's click on the select file button and we will find out that image from my laptop. Okay, so I have already saved this image. That is the one. Just click on open or upload and it will be uploaded into your media library folder. As you can see, media library tab is active. Now let's click on insert media at the bottom right corner. Here we go. So the image appears something like this. Now on the left hand side, make sure to set the image size to full. Alignment should be center. It is always recommended that you save all the work that you have done so far. So just click on this update button at the bottom left corner and all this work will be saved permanently. Now let's jump on the front page and we can refresh it. We just need to check how exactly the section looks like. So that looks really good. Now if you can see over here, the social media icons and the text content is sticked to the top. So let's align this content vertically middle. First of all, just click on this column icon, right click and then edit column. Now here under the layout tab, you would be seeing this vertical align option. Just make it middle. In the same way, we have to put the mouse on the second column icon, right click and then vertical align to middle. Now this content looks perfect. At last click on update and we can refresh our front page. Now this section looks perfect. Now let's open the reference website. We can scroll down and it's time to make a section something like this. I mean the about me section that has 3 columns. In the first column, the text and the button. In the middle column, just text, and in the last column, there is an image. So let's go ahead and we can start creating this kind of content. Go back to the Elementor screen, scroll down and click on this plus, take one column section. Now, the Elementor has a very great feature that you can duplicate an existing element. So if we have to write the heading, you can simply duplicate this heading widget. Now click on this edit heading icon. Now change the entire text to about me. Now we can simply drag it from here and drop it in the bottom section. Now change the alignment of this about me heading to center. So here is the alignment option. Let's make it center. And then we can jump on the style tab, go to typography, and from here we can reduce the size of these fonts. Okay, so I think 45 pixel is fine. Now duplicate the paragraph text as well. Now drag it from here and drop it just below the about me heading. Let's remove some extra text from here. Now it's time to jump on the style tab and from here we can set the alignment to center. Now if you can see over here, there is a gap in between the about me heading and the paragraph text. So just jump on the advanced tab and here we can see the margin. Firstly uncheck this icon. Top margin means the extra space at the top of the paragraph text. So right now it is 0. Let's decrease it to -18. So here we can see the gap has been reduced in between the heading and the paragraph text. Now let's put a divider element below the paragraph text. Here we have the divider widget. Just drop it here. Its settings are opened on the left hand side. Let's reduce the width of the divider from this option. Also we can align it to center. Now to change the color and weight of this divider line, we can move on to the style tab. Let's set the weight value to 3. There is a default gap above and below the line, so let's set it to least value. Now, there is a huge gap in between the divider line and the paragraph text. So we can move on to the Advanced tab and reduce the top margin. This looks good. Now it's time to set the color of this divider line to red. So I'm just pasting the red color code that we used for the button as well. Now it looks fine. Let's go ahead and we can refresh the front page. Cool. The About Me section has been created. Now it's time to create 3-column section like this. So let's copy the heading from here. Now click on the plus icon and take a 1-column section. Inside it, take an inner section and add one more column in the inner section. So we have total 3 columns. In the first column, we have to put a heading. So as you know that we can duplicate elements in Elementor. So let's duplicate the About Me heading and drop it in the first column. It's time to change the heading text. Also, we can change the alignment to left. Now from the Style tab, we can reduce the font size. So let's set it to 26 pixels. Now it's time to duplicate the divider line and drop it below this heading. It is overlapping the heading. If you remember, we set up a negative top margin above. The same setting applied to this divider line as well. So let's remove the negative margin. Now align it to left and increase the width of this divider line. Now let's copy the paragraph text from the reference website, come back to the Elementor, duplicate the above paragraph text and drop it below the divider line. Now paste the text here. After that, jump on the Advanced tab and remove the negative top margin. Now go to the Style tab and align the text to left. Also change the text color to a little darker for better visibility. Now let's edit the typography of this text. We can reduce the font weight to 300. That looks better. Now it's time to put the button below the text. Here we have already created a button in the top section. Just duplicate the button and drop it below the paragraph text. Now we can simply change the button text from Learn More to Contact Me. The benefit of duplicating an element is that we do not need to deal with the styling part of that element again. Now let's put the same paragraph text in the middle column. Simply we can duplicate this paragraph element and drop it in the second column. Now let's remove some extra text. Now we can vertically align the content to middle. The steps are very simple. Just click on the column icon. Under the Layout tab, choose the middle option from this drop down. Now let's update the page to save the work. Okay, it's time to drag the image widget and drop it in the third column to display the image. Now let's click on Choose Image option and we can upload the image to our media library. Now click on the Insert Media button. This is how the image looks like. Now set the image size to full. Alignment should be center. Now jump on the Style tab and here we have an option called Border Radius through which we can make the rounded corners of a widget. So keep the link value together icon selected and then increase all the values simultaneously. Now here we can see the corners are no more sharp. It's time to add a 3D effect. So here we have an option called Box Shadow. Just click on this pencil icon, a shadow effect added around the image. We can change the shadow color from this color box. Let's make it light red color. Okay, now update the page from this green button. Now let's check the reference website. Next is the services section that we have to create. Here we have the About Me section. Let's duplicate it. And duplicate this section as well. Now rearrange them. Okay, it's done. Now let's change the heading. So we can copy the heading from here and paste it here. Now delete the inner section. And we can take a new inner section inside it. Add one more column. Now we have to create 3 columns like this which has an image at the top, then heading and then the paragraph text. Let's go back to the Elementor, click on this plus icon and here we can search for image box widget. So here is the image box widget, drag it and drop it in the first column. An image box has an image field, a heading field and a paragraph field. So let's set an image here. I'm going to upload all three images simultaneously by holding the Control key or Command key of the keyboard. Okay, let's select the appropriate image. Click on the Insert Media button. Now change the heading text to UX UI design. It's time to change the heading color. So jump on the Style tab and scroll down to the Content tab. Firstly, set the alignment to center. Change the color to dark blue or whatever the color you like. Just select it from here. Now change the font family to Playfair font to match with the theme. We can also change the description color to dark color. Then font weight to 300 and font size to 19 pixels. That looks good. Now scroll up and expand the image tab. Here we can set the width of the image. So let's make it 23%. Now one more thing we have to do. Click on the column icon and set the background color to white. So from here we can set the background color of this column to pure white. Just click on the color box and then select the white color. That's it. Now let's update the page and we can refresh the front page. So this is how it looks like. Now let's do some more work to match this entire section with the reference website. Here on the reference website, we can see that there is a peach background color behind this entire section. So let's set a background color as well. Go to the section setting, jump on the Style tab and from here set a background color. The same color we need to set as the background color to this section as well. At last, update the page and now let's refresh the front page. Here we go. The background color has been changed. Now let's add a box shadow effect to this column. Go to the column setting and jump on the Style tab. Expand the border tab and enable the box shadow effect. Change the box shadow color to light color. So from this color box we can change the color. At last, update the page and refresh the front page. Here we go. The box shadow effect added. Now here if you can see the content inside this column, they are too close to the border of this column. So let's add some space in between the border of the column and the content. This is called padding. So let's go to the column settings, jump on the Advanced tab and increase the padding values to 38 pixels. So now the gap has been added inside this column. Let's update this page and refresh the front page. Now, when a column is perfectly completed, start duplicating the column. And then delete the empty columns. All three columns are sticked to each other horizontally. So let's add some margin to each column. In the first column, I am adding some margin to the right. Now in the middle column, I am going to add the margin to the left as well as to the right. And in the third column, I am adding the margin to the left. Now one by one, change the content of second and third column. Now let's update the page and refresh the front page once again. The services section looks good. So far, we have completed 3 sections and they look good. Now let's jump on the reference website and we can scroll down. Now it's time to create a section something like this. This section has a background image, then there is a play icon. But when we click on this icon, nothing happens. The page just scroll up. But in my case, I will be creating a pop-up on this button. That means when someone will click on this icon, a video will be displayed in a pop-up format. Then after we have this heading and some kind of paragraph text. So let's go ahead and we can create a section something like this. So firstly we can take a 1 column section. Okay. After that just go on to the section settings. Then after, jump on the style tab, and from here we have the background type. Just click on classic, and from here we can set a background image. I have already uploaded the image into my media library. I'm not going to upload again and again onto the upload files. So there are so many images already uploaded into my website. So let's scroll down, and this is the image. Let's click on insert media. Now on the left hand side, the preview of this background image has been generated. Make sure to set the position to center. Then repeat should be no repeat, and size should be cover. After that, just collapse this background tab, and here we have a background overlay. Background overlay means a color that you can set on this background image. So from here we can just select the classic option, then click on the color box and choose the dark black color. After that, we can click on this plus icon, take an inner section, and then delete the second column. Now click on the plus icon, and in the search widget box we have to search for icon. So that is the icon widget. Just drop it over here. Okay, its settings has already been opened on the left hand side. Click on this icon library, and from here we can select play. So that is the play icon. Let's click on insert, and it will be appearing over here. We also have the alignment option, but by default center is already selected, so nothing needs to be done over here. Let's jump on the style tab, and from here we can set the primary color to white, so it will be better visible. And from this option you can control the size of this particular icon. So let's make it 77 pixel. That looks fine. I will be creating the pop-up later on. Right now we are just completing the designing part of this web page. Now after that we have to put a heading. So the heading says working process. Let's copy it from here. Go back to the Elementor. We already have a heading over here. Just duplicate it and then drag it from here and drop it just below the icon. Now in this box we can change the heading. So that is process. Then jump on the style, and from here make the color to white. Perfect. After that we have to put the long description as well. Just duplicate it and then we can drop it below the working process. After that we can change the text color to white. That's it. Now let's click on update, and we can refresh our front page. Here we go. So this is how this section looks like. But if you can see over here, this section and the top section, they are very close to each other. Also, the content inside this particular section are also close to the border of this section. So let's go ahead and we can add some top margin to this section, as well as we will be increasing the padding of this section. So we can simply put the mouse on this setting tab, just edit setting. Jump on the advanced tab. Firstly we have to increase the top margin. So this is the top margin, just increase it. So there will be some extra gap in between the two sections. I think 40 pixel is fine. After that we have to increase the padding. So just increase all the values at once. Okay, I think 52 pixel is fine. Let's click on update, and we can start refreshing our front page. Here you go. So this section looks much better. You can always increase or decrease the padding of this section as per your requirement. Now let's jump on the reference website, and we can scroll down. It's time to create a section for work experience, and this has some kind of progress bar. Let me show you. This is basically a CSS effect. When we reload the page, it shows this kind of animation. So let's go ahead and we can create a section something like this. First of all, we need to duplicate some section from here. So let's duplicate this entire section. Okay, like this, and then we can simply drag it from here and drop it at the bottom. Now it's time to change the heading. So let's change this heading to work experience. After that we have to create sections something like this. So let's duplicate this section itself. Just duplicate it, then delete the inner content. Okay, it's time to take inner sections. Let's take inner section. Now firstly we can set the background color of this first column to white. So from the background type, let's make it white. Okay, now in the first column we can take a heading. Just drop it over here, and in this heading we have to type UX or UI designer. Now let's change the font color to blue. So here we have the text color option. Let me paste the code over here. So this is the blue color. After that we need to jump on the typography option, and here we can set the weight to 400. Also we can reduce the font size. So let's make it, I think 20 pixel would be fine. Now after that we can simply duplicate this entire heading. So let's duplicate it. Now here we have to put the year. So let me type year over here, 20152 to 2018. Now it's time to change the color. Let's jump on the style tab, and from here we can make it to red. Also we can reduce the font size from here. So let's make it 18 pixel. And I think after that we have some kind of paragraph text. Yes, let's copy it from here. And then we have this paragraph text. Just drop this text editor over here and we can paste the text. Just go on to this text mode. Do not paste the text over here. Just click on this text mode and here you can paste the text. After that jump on this style tab and here we can make the color to black. Also go to the typography, increase the font size from here. 17 pixels is fine. And then after we have to create this kind of thing. This is basically called the progress bar widget. So here click on this grid icon and we need to search for PROGRESS, that is progress bar. Just drop it below this text editor. So it looks something like this and the settings are already opened on the left hand side. Here we have the title box. This is the title My Skill, but this title is not needed. So just delete the text from here. Now this is the inner text field. Right now it is written web designer. So the same text is appearing inside this progress bar. So whatever you will type in this box, that will appear inside this progress bar. So let's type over here UX UI designer. And from here you can increase the percentage. So let's make it 85. After that jump on the style tab. Now we have to set the color to red. So here we have this kind of divider line. Firstly let's go on to this divider, jump on this style and here we have the color code. Let's copy this color code from here. Then go on to this progress bar settings. Now here under the color just paste the same color code. So now it is red. Also from here you can control the height of this progress bar like this. And from this border radius you can change the sharp corners to rounded corners. So that looks fine. At last click on update and we can refresh our front page. Here we go. So this is how the section looks like. Now let's add some inner padding as well as we can add the border radius to this particular column. So firstly go on to this column setting. Under the style, here we have the border tab. Let's click on it. And then after, this is the border radius. Let's increase the border radius. After that add the box shadow effect and let's change the color to a little bit light color. So that will be more appealing. Then after jump on the advanced tab and increase the padding over here. Okay, I think 50 pixel would be fine. Once it seems that this column is ready, just duplicate this entire column and delete the empty column from here. Now again the same problem, both columns are stuck to each other. So the better solution is firstly go on to the settings of first column. Under the advanced tab, uncheck this icon and add some right margin. So I'm just adding it to 20 pixel. And the same thing we need to do with the second column, but in the second column we have to set the left margin. Jump on the advanced tab, uncheck this icon and set the same pixels over here. That is 20 pixel. Okay, after that we can simply go ahead and change the entire text and the content. So I'm just typing over here something like web designer and here is same, text is same. Let's change this progress bar text and the numbers. So here we can set it to like 90% and here we can type the text to web. After that we can simply duplicate this entire inner section. Just duplicate it. Now if you can see over here, the top inner section and the bottom inner section, they are very close to each other. So firstly go on to the settings of this particular inner section. Under the advanced, here set the top margin to 40 pixel. So there will be equal gap in between the columns and the inner section. Now in this inner section we have to add one more column. So right click and then duplicate. After that you can just go ahead to each of these columns one by one and change the entire content. Let's click on update and we can refresh our front page. Here we go. So we have successfully created this kind of section and this looks really good. Now let's jump on the reference website. here we have the portfolio section. Now let's start creating this kind of section. Go back to the Elementor. Again, we can simply duplicate this entire section, just duplicate it. And then we can change the position of this particular section. So let's drag this column and drop it over here. So it will automatically be shifted to the downwards like this. Then we can change this heading. So let's make it my portfolio. Now let's take an inner section. Just click on this grid icon and here we have the inner section. Just drop it inside it. Delete the second column. Now click on this plus and here we have to search for IMAGE, and this is the third widget, image carousel. Just drag it from here and drop it inside this inner section. Now this image carousel widget can add an image carousel on your web page. So here on the left hand side we can see no images selected. Let's click on this plus, and in the media library I already have those images. Let me select them, this one. I'm just holding the command key or control key of my laptop and selecting all three images at once. Now let's click on create a new gallery button. At last click on insert gallery and these images will be appearing over here like this. Now let's fix the image sizes. So here we can see image size. Right now thumbnail is selected. Make sure to select full. Okay, it appears something like this. Now slides to show, right now default. Select the number 3 from here. So at least 3 images will be displayed at the same time. Now here we have the navigation option. Right now arrows and dots are enabled. We can simply enable the arrows over here. So dots will be hidden. Now let's check some additional options over here. So here you can find the settings related to the animation speed, autoplay speed, and here also we have some kind of option like direction. So right now all the images are moving to the left. You can always change the moving direction from here. Right now it is left, let's make it right. So all images will start moving to the right direction. Now let's move on to the style tab. Here we can see the size, arrow size. You can increase or decrease the arrow size, that is also completely up to you. Also you can change the arrow colors from here. Let's make it black, so it will be better visible. After that jump on the image tab and here we can set the border radius. So let's increase the border radius. Also right now spacing is default. You can set a custom spacing in between all these images. So by default 20 pixel is added. You can increase or decrease the spacing in between these thumbnails. At last click on update and we can refresh our home page. Let's scroll down. So this is the portfolio section and here you can see that is the image carousel. So in this way you can display all your portfolio images or the projects that you have done with your previous clients. Now let's move on to the reference website. And we can check the next section, that is basically the client testimonial section. So let's start creating a section something like this. It is also very easy. First of all, what we can do over here, we can simply duplicate this section. Let's duplicate it. Okay, after that here you can see at the bottom left corner there is a navigator option. Just click on it. So this is basically the navigation. Right now this is the section that we have selected. So just click on it. Now scroll down over here and this section is already selected. Just move it from here to the bottom. Okay, so it will automatically move at the very bottom. In the same way we can duplicate this section. Just duplicate it. Okay, now just click on it, so it will be selected and the same thing will be selected in the navigator window. Just drag it from here and drop it to the very bottom. Okay, here we go. Now it's time to change this heading and rest of the content. Just close this navigator. So here we can type something like happy clients. Then after we can delete this inner section. Just delete it. Start deleting all the inner content. Okay. Now click on the plus icon in the first column and here we can search for testimonial widget, TESTI. So this is the testimonial widget. Just drop it in the first column. So this is basically a default testimonial written by the Elementor. I'm just leaving it as it is. Now from here we can choose an image of the person who have written this kind of testimonial. So that image will be founded over here. This is the image that I'm going to use for the first testimonial. Now here you can change the name of the person, just like Chris, and here you can provide the title of this particular person. Let's say founder. Now let's jump on the style tab and here we have the title tab. Right now the text color is black. Let's make it dark black. Also we can jump on the content tab and here the text color is gray. Let's make it black. Then after jump on the name tab, and here the text color is blue. Let's make it red. So it will be matched with the theme. Also jump on the content tab, and here we have the typography option. Let's reduce the font size of the testimonial content. Also move on to the content tab, scroll down, and here we have the alignment option. Let's make it left. If you would like to add more testimonial content, just go over here. I'm just going to duplicate it like this. But you can add your own real testimonial. Once this particular column is ready, just duplicate this entire testimonial content, then drag it from here and drop it in the middle column. The same thing you need to do with the second column. Just duplicate it, drag it and drop it in the third column. Now it's time to change the photo and the name of the person. So let's choose this image, and I'm going to change the name over here like Dinah, and here we can type graphic designer. We can give him a name Robert. I'm just leaving the title as founder. At last click on update, and we can refresh our front page. Here we go. So we have successfully created the testimonial section as well. Now let's jump on the reference website, and here we have the stay in touch section that has an email field. So user can simply enter their email address in this box and they can subscribe to the newsletter. Let's start creating this kind of section. Firstly, I'm just going to copy this entire content from here. Go back to the Elementor. It's time to take a new section, and here we have to duplicate this section. Just duplicate it. I think we should move this section at the bottom and delete the one that we have already taken. Now here we can change this text to stay in touch like this, and we can change this paragraph text to the one that we have already copied. So let's paste it over here. Now if you can focus on the reference website, after the word Leuctus, the line break and the further text is written in the next line. Same thing we need to do over here. We have to break the line after this word Leuctus. So what you can do, you can simply type over here bracket then BR. This is basically the HTML tag that breaks the line. Also move on to the style tab, and here we can change the text color to black. Now we have a divider line over here. Let's go on to the setting of the divider line and then jump on the advanced tab. Here we have the top margin -34. Let's make it 0. Okay. Also there is a background color in this section. So let's go on to the settings of this particular section. Jump on the style, and from here color is peach color. Let's reset it so it will be pure white. After that we have to add an email box, something like this. So in the Elementor Pro, a widget is available named as form. Here we need to search for FORM, that is form. So this is the widget. Just drop it over here. Now by default 3 fields are already appearing: name field, email field and message box. The same appearing on the left hand side. Just delete all those fields which are no more useful. I'm just keeping the email field in this form. Now let's expand it. Here we can see this is the label field and this is the placeholder field. The same thing appearing over here. At the very top this is the label, and inside this field this text is called the placeholder. So there is no reason to display two similar text. We can simply hide the label. So here you can see this is the option label. Right now it is showing. Just hide it from here. Also we can change the placeholder text to email address, then close this tab. Now when someone fill up the email address in this box, then on which email address the detail will be sent to. So here you can see this is the email tab. Just expand it. Now in this field you can put the admin email address, I mean your email address. Also we can change the subject over here. We can type something like new subscription. Then after we can close this tab. Now let's jump on the button tab, and here we can change the text to SUBSCRIBE, subscribe. At last click on update, and we can refresh our front page. Okay, let's scroll down. So this is the stay in touch option. I think still we need to add some top and bottom margin, as well as we have to reduce the width of this particular section. So let's go back to the Elementor. Firstly, this is the section. Go on to the settings of this section and add some top and bottom margin simultaneously. Okay. After that, jump on the layout tab, and here we can see this is the width option. So from this option you can control the width of this particular section. So let's make it 699. Then click on update, and we can refresh our front page. Here we go. So we have successfully created this section as well, the similar that we have over here. So our home page is ready. We have created a beautiful content on this home page. Now, right now, the domain name is medihouse.elementor.cloud. If I simply go on to this domain name, medihouse.elementor.cloud, you can see the default hello world post is appearing, but the home page is not appearing. Reason is that we have created a page with the name home, but we haven't specified that this will be the front page of the website. That means when someone come onto the main domain of your website, then the home page should be displayed. We haven't specified any kind of thing in the WordPress, or we haven't informed to the WordPress that this page should be displayed as the front page. So there is basically a setting that needs to be done. Let's go back to the WordPress dashboard. Click on this top left corner hamburger icon and then exit to dashboard. Now here we can see settings menu, just mouse hover on it, and the third menu is reading. Click on it. So right now your home page displays your latest post. Just select a static page from here, and from this home page drop down, just select the home page. That's it. After that, click on save changes. Now it's time to refresh our main domain. Here you go. So now home page is displaying as the front page of your website, and this page really looks beautiful. Now let's jump on the reference website, and it's time to create the about page. So this is how the about page looks like. That has some kind of social media icons, the progress bar, contact detail, and a few more things. Also there is a download CV button. So when someone click on this button, the CV will be downloaded in .zip format or in the PDF file. So let's create the about me page into our WordPress website. So let's go back to the WordPress dashboard. Now under the pages, just click on add new. Now in the title box, we can type over here about me. Okay, then after, click on the publish button at the top right corner and publish this blank page. Now click on edit with Elementor button, so the Elementor screen will be loaded. Meanwhile, we can open the about page onto the reference website. So this is how it looks like. Now let's go back to the Elementor screen, and this is the editing screen of the about me page. Firstly, we can take a section. So let's click on this plus and we can take one column section. Now inside it, we are just going to take a heading. So just drop the heading over here and we can change the text to about me. Align it to center from this option. Then after, we can jump on the style tab, and from here we can change the text color. So let's paste the color code over here. Okay, that is the blue color. Now it's time to change the typography. So from here we can change the font Playfair. Okay, that is the Playfair display, and we can increase the font size as well. So 36 pixel is fine. I'm leaving the weight to 600. That looks good. After that, we have to change the background color of this particular section. So go on to the settings of this section. Now jump on the style tab, and here we have the background type classic. Let's select a color from here. So I'm just going to make it peach color. That looks better. Also, we can jump on the advanced tab, uncheck this icon, and we can increase the top and bottom padding. So there will be some extra space added. So 35 top and 35 bottom padding. Okay, after that we can simply update it. Now let's move on to the reference website. It's time to create a section something like this. If you remember, we have created a similar section on the home page like this. The only difference is that here image is in the third column, but here image is in the first column. Now I'm going to show you a very good feature of the Elementor, that you can save this section as a template and you can use this template in any number of pages. How? Let's simply enable the editing screen of the home page. Okay, now let's scroll down. So this is the section. What you can do, simply put your mouse on these 6 little dots, right click, and here you will be seeing an option, save as template. Let's click on it and we can give it a name just like about me section template. Okay, then after click on save, and this section will be saved as a template. So here we have about me section template. Now go on to the about me editing screen. To import that template, you just need to click on this folder icon. This pop-up comes up, jump on the my template tab, and this is the same template, about me section template. Just click on insert and then apply. So that particular template will be imported over here like this. You can see we have saved a lot of time. Firstly, we have to change the position of this image. So just put your mouse on the column icon, drag it to the left. So this is possible in Elementor. After that, we have to change this image. So go on to the image setting. Now jump on the choose image option, and from the media library, I'm going to choose that image. So this is the lady image. Let's click on insert media and it appears over here. It's time to click on update. Now let's make some changes according to the about page. So here we have some kind of email address that is basically a clickable email address and the social media icons. So let's go back to the Elementor. We can simply duplicate this element and then drop it below the button. Okay, after that, let's change it. So here we can put contact@medihouse.com or whatever your email address, just put it over here. Also, if you would like to make this email address clickable, then simply copy the email address from here. Just copy it. Then in the link box, you can simply type MAILTO, that is mail to, all in small letters, then colon, and then after paste your email address. So this is basically an HTML format for making the email address clickable. Now in the third column, we have to display the social media icons. So simply click on this grid icon. Now here we can search for SOCIL, that is social. These are the social media icons. Just drop them over here. Okay. After that, we can align them to left. Jump on the style tab and here we can choose the custom color. After that, make the primary color transparent and then secondary color should be blue. Okay, like this. Now let's create the next section. So here we have this kind of section. On the left hand side, we have the heading front end and back end developer, and then on the right hand side, we have this kind of progress bar. So let's go back to the Elementor. Okay, let's jump on the home page first. And here we have created a similar section, this one. So let's save it as a template. Save as template, and we can give it a name, front end section, or you can give it any name. I'm just putting it over here just to remember. Now we can jump on the about me page. Here simply click on this folder and this is the front end section. Let's click on insert and then apply. It appears over here. Now let's delete the extra columns. So firstly we can delete this inner section, and then here we can simply delete the entire content. Now drop this progress bar in the right column. Oops, I think I have done a mistake. So this is the element, just drop it over here. Okay. Also we can delete this content. Now drop the paragraph text in the left column, and here we have to put a heading as well. So at the very top, this is the about me. Let's duplicate this heading and then drop it in the bottom section. Firstly, we can drop it over here and then move it to this column. And the text is front-end and back-end developer. Let's copy it and we can change this text. Cool. Also, we can set the alignment to left. Now here we have a button as well, download CV. So let's drop this button from here in this section. Okay. And then we can change the text to download CV. That's it. Later on, we can put a link over here. I'm just putting the hashtag right now. Now it's time to duplicate these progress bar as well. Just duplicate and then again duplicate. Now one by one, we can change the text and the settings. So here we can put something like graphic designer. Also, we can set the vertical alignment to middle of this column. So right click on this column icon, edit column, and here we have vertical align. Let's set it to middle. If you would like to add the margin in between these progress bar, simply go on to the second progress bar, jump on the advanced, and here uncheck this icon and we can set 20 top margin. The same thing we can do with this one. Go on to the advanced, uncheck this icon and set the top margin to 20, and the same thing can be done with the last one. Okay, at last click on update. Now it's time to open this page into a new tab. So let's open the front page. Here we go. So this is how the section looks like. Now let's create the next section. This is basically the client testimonial. The same testimonial we do had on to the home page. If you can remember over here, this is the happy client section. So let's first of all save it. We can simply save as template and we can give it a name, our clients testimonial heading section. Click on save, then close it, and the next section is this one. Right click, save as template, and we can give it a name. Okay, that's all we had to do. Now let's jump on the About Me section, and here we can import both of those sections one by one. So at the very bottom we have our client testimonial heading section. Insert and then apply. Okay, so this particular section has been imported. Now again click on this folder icon, jump on the My Templates, and here we have testimonial content section. Let's click on insert and then apply. Here we go. So this is how you can save a lot of time by saving the templates and importing them on the other pages. Okay, at last we have the subscription box over here, that is stay in touch. So same rule applies over here. Firstly, you can save this entire section as a template. So here I can give it a name, subscription box. Just to save it. Now jump on the About Me, and here click on this folder icon. Okay, so this is the subscription box, this one. Insert and apply. Okay, after that you can simply update this page, and it's time to refresh our About Me page front end. Here we go. So this page has successfully been created with all the content that we need onto the About page. Now after that we have the next page, that is the portfolio page. Let's jump on it. So portfolio page has some kind of images over here. Let's create this page as well. So go back to your WordPress dashboard. We can simply hover on this site title, then click on dashboard, hover on pages, and then click on add new. Now we can give it a name just like portfolio, publish and publish. After that, click on edit with Elementor, close the About Me Elementor page. Here we go. So this is the editing screen of the portfolio page. Now let's click on this folder icon again, and we can import a section. So here we had our client testimonial heading section. Let's click on insert and then apply. Okay, so this section has been imported. Now let's copy the heading from here. This is the heading. Let's copy it from here. Okay, this is the portfolio page, and we can change the heading. Also, we can reduce the font size. They are too big. So let's set them to 36 pixels. That looks better. After that, take a new section, and here we are going to take a gallery widget, Gallery, and this is the second widget. Just drop it over here. Now again select the images from your media library, like this one. Okay, at last create a new gallery and then insert gallery. Okay, so this looks much better. Now here you can see layout type is grid. You can select masonry. So images will automatically be adjusted according to their size. Like this, you can see they looks much better. At last click on update. Now let's open this page into a new tab. Here we go. So this is the portfolio section that we have created. When you click on it, the image pops up in a light box. Now at last we have to create the contact page. Contact page is very important because here people can find your contact details. They can directly connect with you. So let's create a page something like this. Firstly, we can close this portfolio page. Click on exit to dashboard. Okay. Then again under the pages, click on add new. And here we can give it a title, contact me. Let's publish this page first. And then click on edit with Elementor. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a very great feature of this Elementor Cloud website, that you can import a pre-built contact page template or any pages template. You can simply import with just a few clicks. How? Simply click on this folder icon. Now under the pages tab, these all are the pre-built pages that you can directly import with just a few clicks. So let's say we have to import the contact page template. In the search box, you can simply type CONTACT, that is contact. Now these all are the contact page template. If you would like to see the preview, simply click on this plus icon and it will generate the preview for you. So this is how this contact page looks like. So let's try some other contact page template. Again we can type contact. Okay, let's insert this one. Click on apply. Okay, so our contact page is ready within a few seconds. You can see how fast it is. Now one by one, you can jump on any of these headings and you can change the contact number, email address and rest of the things. At last, we can simply click on update button and our contact page is ready. The same thing you can do with the portfolio page as well as with the other pages of your website. I have shown you two methods to create your website. The first method was to create everything from scratch, and the second method was to import the pre-built templates in the Elementor. Okay, now it's time to create the menus of our website. Right now home is the only menu, so let's go ahead and we can add a few more menu items over here, and we can make an amazing header. To create the menu, just go back to your WordPress dashboard. So here we can simply click on exit to dashboard. Now mouse over on appearance, and here we can see the fourth menu, menus. Let's click on it. So this is the page from where we can create the menu for our WordPress website. In this box, we can give it a name just like main menu. This is just for your reference, and make sure to select primary menu over here. At last, click on create menu. So right now we are just creating a menu group. Okay, after that on the left hand side, we can see there is a page tab. Let's click on view all. So whatever the number of pages we have created inside this pages section, all those pages will be displaying over here. Just check all those boxes one by one. Then click on add to menu. Okay, and they will appear over here. If you would like to change the order of these menus, you can simply use the drag and drop mechanism like this. At last, click on save menu. That's all we had to do. Now it's time to refresh our front page. Here we go. So now we have created total 4 menu items: home, about me, portfolio, and contact me. Let's click on home. So this is the home page. Now let's go ahead and we can change this header style. We can try to make an amazing header over here. So go back to your WordPress dashboard. Now under the templates, you can see there is an option theme builder. This option works only in the Elementor Pro, but thanks to the Elementor Cloud Website Service, Elementor Pro is already included in your plan, so you don't have to purchase it separately. Okay, this is the page from where we can create a custom header and custom footer for our WordPress website. To create a custom header, simply click on this plus icon. The Elementor Pro offers you a list of pre-built header designs that you can directly import into your WordPress website. There are so many header designs available. You can choose any one as per your requirement. So let's say I'm going to choose this one. Let's click on this insert, and it will automatically be inserted into our WordPress website like this. So this is basically a black color header. Now let's go ahead and we can change the logo. So let's click on this plus icon. This is basically an image. Let's jump on the choose image, and here I have already uploaded a logo into my media library. So let's scroll down. This is the logo. Let's click on insert media, and it appears over here. Now let's reduce the column width. Okay. After that, in the middle area, this is basically the icon list. Just delete these icon list from here. Click on this plus, and here we have the navigation menu widget. Just drop it over here. Now it will automatically fetch all the menus that you have already created in the WordPress dashboard. On the left hand side, we can see the settings of this navigation menu. So from here, you can align the menus. Let's make it center. Now here we have the pointer option. Right now it is underlined. That means when you put mouse on it, there is an underline just below the menu item. So from here you can change the pointer style. My favorite is text. Now when I put mouse on a menu item, it pop up something like this. So this looks much better to me. After that, let's jump on the style tab, and we can change the text color. So let's make it dark black. But as the background is also black, the fonts are not appearing. So let's go ahead to the section setting, and we can change the background color from black to white. So let's make the background color white. Now this looks much better. After that, in the last column, we have a button. So let's edit the button settings. So firstly, let's change the text. We can make it hire me. Okay. Later on, I will be displaying a pop-up on this button click. So firstly, let's put the hashtag over here. Now let's change the background color and the font style of this button. So we can jump on the style tab. Now under the normal tab, here we have the background color. Right now it is pure red. Let's paste our own color code. Now it matches with the theme as well as with the logo. Also, we can add some border radius to make the rounded corners. Okay. Now let's jump on the typography, and from here we can change the font style. So let's put it over here, Poppins. This is a great font, and we can increase the letter spacing. Cool. Also, if you can see over here, the width of third column is too wide. So let's reduce the width of this column as well, so that the menus will be aligned to the center of this section. Once it's done, then click on the publish button, Now make sure do not miss the settings on this page. You must have to add a condition. So just click on add condition and here you have to choose this option, include and then entire site. That means this header will be displayed on all the pages of your website. Let's click on save and close. That's all we had to do. Now let's refresh our front page. So this is our website. Let's refresh it. So we can see over here, this is the logo. These all are the menus and then we have this hire me button. Now let's add some box shadow on this header. So go back to the header settings, jump on the settings tab. Okay. Now under the style tab here, we can see this is the border setting. Let's expand it. Now enable the box shadow. So this is how it looks like. Now let's click on update and we can refresh our front page. Now anyone can better understand from this box shadow that this is the header area and the rest is the body area. In the same way, we are going to create a custom footer. Right now, these are just the credits of the Astra theme. So let's go ahead and we can create an amazing footer over here in the same way like we created the custom header. So let's go back. Firstly, jump on the WordPress dashboard. Again, click on the theme builder option. Now this time we have to click on this plus icon just next to the footer option. Let's click on it. Okay. Now we can choose a pre-built footer from this list. So this one looks much better to me. Let's click on insert. Okay. So at the bottom we can see this is the footer. Now let's change the logo. So click on this pencil icon. Then from here choose image. We can choose our own custom logo. After that, you can change all these settings, like you can put your own social media icon links over here and you can also add some kind of custom text over here. So this will be just for your assignment. Now let's click on publish and then click on add condition and make sure to save and close. It's time to refresh our front page. Here we go. So at the bottom we can see this is the custom footer that we have created and at the very top the custom header like this, and it is the sticky header. As you can see, when I scroll down the page, the header is sticked at the top of this page. Now let's go ahead and we can display a pop-up on this hire me button click. So how we can create the pop-up? It is really very simple. Go back to the WordPress dashboard. Now under the templates, here we can see this is the pop-ups option. Let's click on it. Now click on this green button, add new pop-up. In this box, you can give it a name just like hire me. This name is just for your reference. Now click on create template. Like the custom header and the footer designs, Elementor offer you a list of pre-designed pop-up windows as well that you can choose from. So there are so many pop-up windows available for you. You can choose any one as per your requirements. Let's try to import this one. Click on insert. Okay, so the pop-up has been appearing over here. It's time to change the heading. So right now the heading is written get a free consultation. Here I will be typing hire me and discuss your project. Also jump on the style tab and from here we can reduce the font size. Here we can see the line height is too much. That's the reason there are too much gap in between these two lines. So let's reduce the line height from here. Okay, that looks fine. Also we can reduce the font size a little bit more. It looks perfect. And here we have this kind of image. Let's delete this image. Right click and then delete. Now this is the contact form. Right click, click on edit form. So its settings will be opened on the left hand side. Here we have a few fields added like full name, phone number, email, and this is basically the message box. If you would like to add one more field, you can simply click on this add item. And here you can add a new field. This is the blank box. I'm not adding this field right now. Now, the most important thing regarding this form is when someone fill up this entire form and they will click on this button, then on which email address, the name, phone number, email, and this message will be sent to. I mean, how we can set the admin email address to this form. It is really very simple. Scroll down and here we have the email option. So in this to box, you can put your own email address. And here you can put the subject just like new hiring request. Also let's go ahead and we can change the text of this button. So go on to this button tab and here we can change this text to hire me. After that click on publish. Now in case of pop-up, you don't have to add any condition. Just click on save and close. That's it, because we have to trigger this pop-up on the button click. Now go back to the WordPress dashboard and we have to open the Elementor settings once again. So click on this theme builder. Now this is the custom header. Let's click on it. And here we have to click on edit. Now go to the button settings. Now here in the link box, firstly remove this hashtag. Here you can see there is a dynamic tags icon. Just click on it. This pop-up comes up. Scroll down and under the actions we can see pop-up. Let's click on it. Now just before this pop-up, here we can see there's a wrench icon. Click on it, and from this drop down you have to type the name of the pop-up that you would like to display on this button click. So let's type over here hire. So hire me was the pop-up templates. Let's select it from here. That's all you have to do. Then click on update. Now let's go back to the front page. We can refresh it, and it's time to test the button. So let's click on it, and here you can see this pop-up comes up. So this is how you can trigger a pop-up on a button click. Now let's refresh this page. Okay, now we have to display a video when someone click on this play icon. So let's create another pop-up. First of all, we can simply go back to the WordPress dashboard. Again, click on pop-ups. Now click on add new, and here we can give it a name just like video. Then click on create template. Meanwhile it is loading up, let's go on to my YouTube channel. So URL is youtube.com then /Saddam Qasim. Do not forget to subscribe me on YouTube. Now let's jump on to the video page, and we can try to display one of my existing video. So let's try to display this video, pizza delivery website. I'm just copying this URL from here. Let's close this tab now. Okay, simply close this pop-up. Now click on this plus icon and take a one column section. Now inside it, we have to take a video widget. This is the video. Just drag and drop it over here. Now on the left hand side, we can see source is YouTube. Either you can display a YouTube video, Vimeo video, Dailymotion, or you can display a self-hosted video. In my case, I'm just going to display a YouTube video, and here we can paste the URL of the particular video. So this is one of my video. Now here you can see there are some kind of border. Basically this is the padding. So let's go ahead and we can remove this default padding around this video. Simply go on to the column settings, then jump on to the advanced tab, and here set the padding to 0. Perfect. Now let's click on publish and then save and close. As I already told you that we do not need to set any kind of condition in case of pop-ups. Let's close this window. And it's time to enable the editing mode of the home page, because we have to display the video when someone click on this icon. So here we can see edit with Elementor on the home page. Let's click on it. Okay, now let's move on to that particular section. So this is the icon. Let's edit the settings of this particular icon widget. Now here in the link box, firstly you need to click on dynamic tags. After that scroll down, and under the actions we can see pop-up. Let's click on it. Now click on this wrench icon, and from this drop down we have to type over here video, that is video. So this is another pop-up template. Let's select it and then update. Okay, one more thing we can do over here, just jump onto this style tab, and here we have two tabs, normal state and hover state. So let's jump on the hover state, because right now when we put mouse on this icon nothing happens. So let's change the primary color when someone put their mouse on this icon. Okay, let's make it yellow. It's time to update this page, and we can open the home page into a new tab. So let's refresh it. Here we go. It's time to scroll down, and this is the icon. Let's try to click on it. So this is the video which is showing in the pop-up. So this is how you can trigger a pop-up when someone click on a button or an icon. It's time to jump on to the About Me tab or the About Me page, and here we have another button, that is download CV. So in this button, what we are going to do, when someone click on this button, then a PDF file will be downloaded. So let's enable the editing screen of About Me page. We can simply close the other tabs. These are inactive tabs. Okay, now here we should make this button to perform in a way that someone click on it, then a PDF file will be downloaded to their computer. So in a different tab, first of all, we can open our website backend. Now here we can see media. Just click on this add new. Let's say you are going to set your resume in the PDF format. So when someone click on the download button, then your resume or your CV will be downloaded. So it's time to first of all upload that PDF file into your media library. So from my desktop, I'm just going to set one of my existing PDF file. This is not just a resume, but it is just a sample PDF file. So let's upload it. Okay, the file has been uploaded. Now it's time to copy the URL of this file. So go on to the library. Now this is the file, just click on it, and this is the URL. Just copy the URL from here, go back to the About Me page, then now go on to this button settings, and in the link box remove the hashtag and just paste that link. That's all you have to do. Now let's click on update. It's time to open this page into a new tab. Here we go. Let's scroll down. Now let's try to click on this button. So this is the PDF file. You can also display your own CV over here, and anyone can simply click on this icon to download this file. So this is really a great feature that we have implemented in this entire site. Okay, so I hope it was easy for you to understand how exactly we can build a complete WordPress website using the Elementor Cloud website service. Now, last thing that we have to do is, right now if you can see over here, the domain is medihouse.elementor.cloud, which is the subdomain of elementor.cloud. Instead of this subdomain, we have to make it something like medihouse.com, right? So firstly, we need to buy a domain name for our website. Now you can buy domain name from GoDaddy, from Hostinger, from any internet service provider. I prefer to buy the domain from Hostinger. So you can simply go onto the website, that is hostinger.com. And here we have the domain tab. Let's click on it and then jump on the domain checker page. In this box, you can put your own desired domain name. Let's say we are going to search for a domain name medihouse.com. Let's click on search. If this domain name will be available, then we will be able to buy this domain name. So here you can see domain name is available. That means no one has yet purchased this domain name. In the same way, you can search your own domain over here. After that, simply click on add to cart and make the payment. Once you buy the domain name successfully, after that you have to log in into your Hostinger account. So simply go back onto the hostinger.com after making the purchase. Then click on this login button at the top right corner and log in into your Hostinger account. So this is my Hostinger account. Once you make the purchase, let's open the domains page. Now here, this is the domain name medihouse.online that I'm going to connect with my Elementor website. Sorry, I put here .com. It should be online. So firstly, we have to connect this domain name with the Elementor website. How we can do that? Simply click on this arrow and then click on this DNS name server tab. Perfect. Now go back onto your Elementor website. Now here, just click on this manage this website button. This page will come up. Scroll down. And here, first of all, we have to click on add custom domain. Now, copy this A record from here. Just click on this icon. So the A record value will be copied. Go back to your Hostinger account. And here we need to add a A record. So right now A is selected over here. Keep the @ symbol in this name field. In the points to box, just paste that A record value. And then click on add record. That's all you had to do, and now you can see over here DNS record created successfully. So this value will connect your domain name with your Elementor website. Once it's done, then just click on got it and then next. Now here, put the domain name, that is medihouse.online, or whatever is your domain name, just put it in this box and then click on add domain. Now, this takes around 48 hours to properly propagate your domain name with the Elementor platform. So we need to wait for at least 24 to 48 hours. Just click on done. And here we can see the process has been started. We have successfully added the domain name, that is URL added. Now the next process is check DNS. So Elementor will be checking the DNS at its own end. Once the DNS will be propagated, then they will issue a SSL certificate that will add the HTTPS protocol just before your website, and then after, the domain name will automatically be connected with your website and this subdomain will be replaced. So we just need to wait for at least 48 hours. This haven't took 48 hours to connect my domain name with the Elementor website, but it hardly took 5 hours, because after 5 hours when I logged in into my Elementor dashboard, I just checked over here that medihouse.online is now the primary domain of my website. So let's try to do one thing. We can simply copy this domain name from here, and I'm going to open this domain into one of my other browser, that is the Mozilla Firefox. So let me paste the link over here and then open the website. Here we go. So this is how the website looks like, and that is the main domain medihouse.online. This is a beautiful website that we have created with the help of Elementor Cloud Website Service, and all the features are working properly. Whether we can click on this Hire Me button, it displays the pop-up over here, or we can click on this play button, it displays a YouTube video. Also, we have imported the premium template with just one click from the Elementor templates library, and this really saves a lot of time and a lot of money, as well as it gives an elegant look to your website. Also, on the About Me page, we have created a button through which user can download your CV or your resume. So if you are looking to make a WordPress website without coding knowledge and you would like to make your website super fast, then you can simply go on to the URL, that is saddamkasim.com, then /ELEMENTOR, Elementor. So this will take you on to the Elementor page, from where you can sign up for the Elementor Cloud Website Service, and with the help of this service you can launch your first website today without writing even a single line of code. I hope the video was helpful. Please do not forget to like this video, subscribe the channel, and if you would like me to make a new video on your topic, just let me know in the comment section. Till then, thank you so much and have a wonderful day.